Here we go.
Well, hello there, you amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. This is video 2 of 3. That's it, 2 of 3. Have you seen the first one yet? Well, it depends when you watch this, because there could be all of them up. You just need to go to my channel and look at the videos that have been brought out and look at the ones that you haven't yet viewed. And make sure that while you're there, you subscribe to the channel, you like the video if you like it. If you don't, press it once, again, and then again, because that does something else. I don't know. It just shows contempt for the video if you press it 3 times. Trust me. Anyway, you're looking absolutely amazing, and we're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes, as this question is something that I get sent quite a lot. I get sent it a lot. And I suppose there's 2. There's ones that question the likes of Chris Tenerife, which I did a video and I called Chris out. And it's not through anything like hatred. I don't hate Chris. I think that Chris did some fantastic work with respect of the earlier days. He got boots on the ground, he walked around, he showed us things, he questioned things. But something happened. And a lot of people have turned around and said, to me, the behaviour of Chris Tenerife in particular, I'm not going to speak about that other prick who hangs about with him because I don't fucking like him. Don't like him, I think he's a twat. But look, Chris Tenerife, something happened, and all of a sudden, all of his questioning things just vanished into thin air. Just went, and all of a sudden it was all about, I'm going to push this story. This narrative that is the main narrative, I'm going to push that. I'm going to become an advocate for this was Jay Slater's fault. And we just question why. Why? Some people have thought perhaps he was spoken to by someone, spoken to by a specific family perhaps. Well, now there have been some comments about Mafia. Did the Mafia speak to him? I don't think the Mafia would say, oh, hello Chris. Hold on. Hello, Chris Tenerife here? Oh, that's Mr. Mafia. Hello, Mr. Mafia. You want me to shut up and not talk about any of this again? No, that's absolutely fine. It's the Mafia on it. Yeah, no, I'll do that. I don't think that's happened. I think it's more to the point that potentially, and this is what's going to lead us into this other question, perhaps one of the families that are around this case have just said to him, shut the fuck up. Doesn't have to be the Mafia, doesn't have to be Don Corleone or, you know, Scarface to say, always stop, and somebody thinks, I'm going to have to stop. It could just be a family who have got the ability to make people understand that the best thing to do is shut the fuck up. It happens, alright? And that leads me to that question. So was he threatened? Was he threatened? Was he bribed even? Was he bribed? Did someone offer to give him money? Who knows? I don't know, because I think if there was a bribe thing and there wasn't a threat of violence or danger, the argument could be that he could have come out and said, look, and he would have been a fucking hero then, wouldn't he? He'd have been a hero if he would have thought, I'm going to go out and publicly say that someone's tried to pay me off, because they offer no physical threat to me, they've just offered to give me money. For somebody to be reluctant to go public with that, there has to be either they genuinely believe in what they're saying, or there has to be a genuine threat made that they feel could be backed up. Which leads me on to Jay's family. And is there a same situation pulling here? Now, we've seen interviews that shows Jay's mum and Brad's mum sitting side by side, and Jay's mum clearly looks uncomfortable. She did not look comfortable whatsoever in those interviews. Absolutely. Fucking no way, Jose. That wasn't somebody who was calm, collected. There was some tension there. There was some heavy tension. Don't get me wrong, that tension could have just been that in Debbie's mind, she's like, if my son would have been looked after by the people who he went overseas with, then we'd have not had this outcome. So perhaps in her mind, she succumbed to the ideology that Jay's death was as it was shown to us, but she is indeed attaching some form of blame in her heart to those who was with him. Perhaps she does feel that they had a responsibility to look after him, for them to look after one another, which many of us have that. Many of us do, and some people say that's fucking woke. Bollocks. It's not about being woke, and I've said this time and time again. It's about, if you look after one another, people don't die. If Jay's friends would have looked after him on that night, even if you want to run with this fucking narrative that we've been pushed, Jay Slater would still be alive today. So best case scenario, Jay Slater died because of the youths of today's inability or desire to look after one another. But if something else happened and there is a nefarious undertone to it, then there are other questions. There are other things surrounding why did people all of a sudden change their mind about it. Now, the Jay Slater family, again, the question that I keep consistently getting asked is, do you think that the Jay Slater family is scared? You know, are they scared? Have they been warned to shut up? And I think to myself, there is a possibility of that. You know, they know who's around them. They know who Jay has on the peripheral of his life and what that could entail should they ruffle the wrong feathers. So there could indeed be a degree of that. But what we are starting to see, not so much Debbie at all, but again, Debbie's mum, you know, she is Jay's mum, and I can only imagine the pain that she is feeling right now. Irrelevant of what you feel about her or the family or whatever, she's a mum, she's lost her child. And that is horrendous, truly horrendous. But Jay's dad is feeding online, and he is coming out and he is dropping hints. He ain't flat out coming out and challenging people, but he is utilising the footage that he has, I believe, to send a clear message about how he feels about it. He has basically said in there's what, 4 videos in total, the story that we have been fed is bollocks, is bullshit, BS. And in this latest one, he is saying that he doesn't trust anybody. He is literally showing, he's given you a point of view, what would have been Jay's point of view. He comes out and he sees this terrain laid before him. And it's like, in what world does a 19-year-old who is potentially hungover, thirsty, hungry, phone fucked, think, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking take on that lot and be a hero. And I think that's it. You know, this is just a story, a tragic story that has this undertone of it that has got me thinking. And it's got me thinking genuinely about why certain people aren't being questioned, why the friends around Jay aren't questioning things, even if they had no part to play. Why hasn't one of them stuck up for Jay and said, hold on a second, we're trying to say that this was all Jay's fault. How do we know something else didn't happen? Why aren't they pushing for more to be done in terms of the investigation? Why aren't they publicly coming out and saying, look, yeah, there's a potential that Jay Slater could have fallen, but are we 100% sure? Because to me, and what I've learned, because I'm his friend, and we've heard the family saying that Jay wasn't a walker, he wasn't someone who would typically embark on walking to the fucking hairdressers. So, and why aren't any of his friends saying that? It doesn't make sense that Jay would have embarked on this 11-hour hike if the people at this house, why aren't they even questioning these people at this house? Now, early on, it would appear that Lucy started to. You know, she flat out said that when she caught up with where Jay was at this B&B, that Rocky and Bullwinkle were like caught like rabbits in headlights, shocked that they'd been found and they should be questioned, but that fizzled out, nothing happened. Again, indicative of someone who started somewhere and ended up with their mouth shut. Every single person around this case has started ferociously questioning the story, and all of a sudden it's like, yoink, now I'm not questioning anything anymore. And you wonder why we have questions. Well, I'm telling you now, ain't nobody or nothing gonna stop me questioning anything. I don't care. I have no fucking care whose feathers I ruffle, anything. Until that family flat out says, stop, done, this is over, we're happy, then I'm gonna continue. I'm going to continue. Let me know down below how you feel about it all. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Later. Video 3. Unless you've watched this late and they're all up. I'm doing 3 videos today. And then I'll see you tomorrow.